What if I told you there's a new cryptocurrency that isn't on Binance or Coinbase, but is being used in real-world transactions in countries like Nigeria, Vietnam, and maybe soon El Salvador? Exploding head. Sounds wild, right? This coin isn't being mined by energy-hungry supercomputers. It's being mined on smartphones by everyday people. And some insiders believe this might be El Salvador's way out of the crypto chaos caused by Bitcoin. Could Pi Network be the silent revolution that transforms global finance? Let's dive in. Globe showing Europe, Africa. Volcano, the Bitcoin bet that shook El Salvador. Back in 2021, El Salvador shocked the world by making Bitcoin legal tender, a bold move that got both cheers and jeers. President Bukele dreamed of breaking free from traditional banking and empowering millions without access to financial services. But reality hit hard. The government's Bitcoin wallet, Chivo, glitched, volatility made transactions unpredictable, and protests erupted. Fast forward to today, and the country is down over $40 million on its Bitcoin investment. Still, Bukele hasn't sold a single coin. Why? Some say it's stubbornness. Others think he's preparing for a new move, and that move might just be Pi Network. Mobile phone. Why Pi Network is turning heads. Unlike Bitcoin, Pi doesn't need massive mining rigs or sky-high electricity bills. You mine Pi by tapping your phone once a day. It's decentralized, energy-efficient, and driven by a growing community of over 60 million users worldwide. Right now, Pi isn't available on mainstream exchanges. But that hasn't stopped people from using it for real purchases like farmland in Nigeria, rent payments in Vietnam, and even property deposits in Texas. It's not just hype, it's happening. Globe showing America's. Could Pi be El Salvador's crypto redemption? What if El Salvador ditched Bitcoin and embraced Pi Network instead? It's not as far-fetched as it sounds. With just $1 value per Pi, the country could potentially offset its Bitcoin losses and build an economy fueled by a currency that people actually use in everyday life, not just to speculate. For Salvadorans, Pi could offer stability, simplicity, and empowerment, all without the crazy energy costs or price swings. But it's not just about economics. It's about sovereignty. By adopting a grassroots currency like Pi, Bukele could push back against the grip of the IMF, the dollar, and traditional financial systems. It would be a bold statement, a small nation choosing people over institutions. Warning the road ahead, risks and rewards. Let's be real, Pi Network isn't perfect. It's still rolling out its mainnet. The ecosystem is growing, but many decentralized apps, dApps, are in development. And critics warn that it could still flop if adoption stalls or infrastructure doesn't catch up. There's also the geopolitical risk. If El Salvador embraces Pi too quickly, it could face pushback from global powers who don't want to see new financial systems taking root. The US could limit remittance flows. China could tighten trade relations. The pressure could be intense. But if Pi succeeds, it might not just disrupt crypto. It could change the balance of global financial power. Collision. A new chapter in the crypto story? Bitcoin made headlines. Pi is making moves. While Bitcoin's value is tied to speculation, Pi's worth comes from utility, how many goods, services, and lives it can touch. In underserved communities around the world, people are already using Pi like real money. And that's something the crypto world has been chasing for over a decade. So the big question remains. Could Pi Network rise where Bitcoin stumbled and become the future of money in El Salvador and beyond? Let me know what you think in the comments. Backhand index pointing down. Bell, don't miss out. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay in the loop with everything Pi Network and crypto related. Brain rocket. Also, drop your country in a fire Pi to the moon in the comments to show where the Pi revolution is reaching next. Join our Telegram and Facebook communities for deeper discussions, real-time updates, and more ways to engage with the Pi community. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep mining, stay curious, and let's see where this journey takes us. Dizzy.